What's up, everyone? Chris Record here. It is Monday, October 30th, and welcome to day one of the AI Marketing Academy. I am so excited about this because earlier in the summer of 2023, I launched a course called the AI Academy. Course did multiple six figures, raving testimonials, and people absolutely loved it. And they wanted me to do another course. But at the time, I was just too busy to just keep launching more courses. So I just kept training inside of that course and that community. Then, once we launched Atlas, I was like, we gotta at least dedicate a full week to just AI. If we just dedicate a week to AI, so each day, I'm gonna focus on something different inside of AI. Today's focus is gonna be Midjourney. So I'm gonna go off for like the next 90 minutes or so, and I'm gonna teach you as much as I can about Midjourney. Now, a couple prefaces, okay? First things first is you're not gonna learn everything today. There's no way I'm gonna teach you everything today. Second thing I want to tell you is that if you're looking for like super simple tutorials, like how to set up Midjourney or stuff like that, then I will tell you that information is available on YouTube for free. I really want to tell you, a lot of people join Midjourney to create graphics using AI. But the problem is their graphics don't really look good, right? They don't come out good. So they kind of complain like, Chris, how are you able to get such good graphics? How are you able to do this? So my goal in today's training is not necessarily to go so simple that I'm like, here's how to set it up. I will cover some of that. My goal is to actually show you some of the hacks and the tricks and the strategies of how I actually use Midjourney as a marketer, as an online marketer to make money, to create content, to create courses. In fact, I like Midjourney so much that I have two paid accounts. I have two completely separate paid accounts. I have one generic account that I use for training. That's what I'm going to use today. Then I have a second account that I use for faceless pages that I want to stay anonymous on. I don't need people to know about them. I don't need people to know about the faceless stuff. That's the whole benefit of it, is it can be anonymous. And so that's how much I love it. I try to get on Midjourney at least once a day. Sometimes I'm on Midjourney for an hour a day. It is a tool. I wouldn't be teaching you a tool unless I actively used it a lot. This is a tool that that used to be free. Now it's pretty much pay to play. And Midjourney is probably going to cost you. You could get started for like $10 a month, but realistically, it's the one that I'm going to show you. You're going to get the best bang for the buck at around $24 a month if you pay annual, or $30 a month if you want to try it month to month. Now that being said, they allow you to cancel pretty easily. I would at least suggest getting the month to month version for like a month or two. Just try it out. If it doesn't work, cancel it. But I think if you're like me, you're gonna fall in love. Once you kind of get good, you can be like, okay, this absolutely is something I will use all the time in my marketing. So with that being said, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna start sharing my screen. So let's go right here. So right now I am on midjourney.com. And this is kind of like, you'll go to like the main page and you'll create an account. So once you just create an account, you go to midjourney.com, or I'll put a link below the description as well, below this video. There'll be a button you can join. But you're gonna go to Midjourney, you're gonna create an account. Now, right off the bat, there's the explore page. This is kind of examples of artwork that other people have created on Midjourney, right here. This is examples of all the other work people have created on Midjourney, right? So you might see something you like, and you can kind of see what the prompt is, and you could copy it. So you can go through and you can see images and you're like, oh, I want to create something like this, but I want to use my own style. Oh, I like this one. I want to create something like this. And you can see what they're typing in and you can actually copy it. So this is the Explore library right here. Now, once you have an account with Midjourney, you can also go over to My Images. And My Images is where your images will be. So if you go on to Midjourney and you have a session, like this is it says yesterday, I think it was just like late last night. This was a session where one of the community members said, hey, how can I get B-roll of a group of businessmen sitting around a campfire, but I want them to be like silhouettes, right? And so this kind of shows what, right here, this was for, he was basically editing a short from last week's training, last week's academy. So I just typed in a silhouette of a group of rich businessmen sitting in the living room of a mansion talking next to a fireplace cinematic. And the person that asked me this, you know exactly who you are. You might even be on today. This is pretty much exactly what you just type in the chat. You're like, man, I'm having a hard time finding something like this for one of my videos. I just went in and typed it in a Midjourney, and this is like one of the first images that it came up with. So that's how quick and easy it is. Now, this image you can do a lot with. You can actually use it as B-roll. If you go ahead and watch the Clipping Academy that I did, you can use it as B-roll. All you do is you load it into CapCut and you do a subtle zoom. You just do a little zoom in on this and it'll look like a video. Or you can plug it into other AI tools that we'll be covering this week, such as Runway. And Runway will take and will kind of animate this picture. It'll kind of make the fire blaze a little bit and kind of make the people look like they're having a conversation. So the idea here is you have all your images. Now there's two ways to download your images. You can download them right here. Just click download right there on the little three dots, or just simply right click on the image and save the image as, right? Those are two ways. But I also want to show you a couple more hacks. After you create a bunch of images for the day, you can just simply log into Midjourney and go to My Images, and look at this. You click this little, right next to yesterday, I click this little mark right here, and I can simply download all these images. So I can just simply have a session in Midjourney. This session probably took me about 5 minutes. I could have a 5-minute session. It'll organize them all like this, and then I could simply download them all in one click. This is all inside of midjourney.com when you create an account. Now, the other thing I want to show you before I really dive in is that there's a View Help section. Let's click View Help, and let's go over to Documentation. So Midjourney has really, really good documentation here that they can show you all kinds of stuff, right? You can learn about the subscription plans. Let's take a look at that to start with. So you can look at the subscription plans. So they have the basic plan for $10 a month, the standard plan for $30 a month, and you really don't need these. Like I still don't use those, and you would have to be just a monster to be using these, right? So here's the one that I recommend, standard plan, which is $30 a month or $24 a month if it is paid in advance, right? And so the reason I use the standard plan is because of this one word right here, unlimited. So let's say what this is, relaxed GPU time. What this essentially means is I can create unlimited images, unlimited, for $24 a month or $30 a month. I can create unlimited. Relaxed just simply means it's not gonna go that fast, but it's fine. I mostly use relaxed, right? So this is all part of your account. Now, we have not jumped into Discord yet, which is where you're actually going to where you're gonna create the images. This is just simply Midjourney's site. So I just wanna get you familiar. Right here, if you need information, it's all right here in the help guide. They got all this stuff, how to use Discord, how to add a bot server, all this kind of stuff is here. User guide, it'll kind of explain what each thing is. So I just want to let you see, I want to show you that it's all here. So if you wanted to come in and you wanted to learn about something, you could learn about something here. Like here's a full command list. Maybe you want to click the command list and you're like, oh, what are all the things that I could do? And it'll give you. So you can always kind of roll back to this and it'll show you where things are, right? It'll show you kind of where all these different things are. Now, I'm going to be showing you some cool stuff today, by the way. So this will show you like aspect ratios, how to increase the quality of your images. So literally, there's a whole world over here that you can learn in. Let me close some of these. Okay, advanced prompts. Let's go down to advanced. Now, one of the things I'm going to show you today that I use is called permutations. When I first heard this, I thought, man, that sounds complicated. But this is incredible. So you'll just be able to kind of learn. I mean, you could always go in here and look at image prompts and it'll kind of show you what to do. Now, when I first saw this stuff, I thought to myself, nah, this is going to be too hard. There's just no way. It's going to be too hard. That's kind of what I thought when I first jumped in there. But after I started using it, I was like, wait, this stuff is actually pretty easy. It's actually really easy. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've kind of shown you where that is, again, go to midjourney.com, create an account, and then you'll be able to go in and access everything. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to download Discord. Now, Discord is going to be, hold it, it's in my other window. Don't worry, I'll get off of it. Let me hold on. Let's pull it in here. Okay. Discord looks like this. Okay. Discord is an app. You go to Discord and you download the app, and it's going to connect you to Midjourney. So I am in what's called a Discord server called Midjourney. This is the Midjourney server. This is where people are creating images all day long. So you can see someone just created this about 30 minutes ago. Right here, they created this image. And you can see exactly the prompt that they used. You can literally copy it. I can literally go here and copy all this right there. And if I want to create the same exact thing, I can just copy that. It will not be the same exact one. All images are slightly unique. So they'll all be slightly different. But I can go in here and I can see all these people are creating images because this is a public server. Everybody's just typing in prompts and it's just creating these images, and you can use these images in anything you want. So I do like to come in here just to kind of get ideas. Maybe I can't think of what I want to create. And maybe I'm like, ooh, I want to create the scene horses riding or something. Or wow, crazy, scary Pokemon thing, right? So you can kind of see, this is a great place to learn. You can just kind of learn and see different styles. And you're kind of like, oh, how do they create this like red style with the sun and this kind of stuff? And you can kind of say, okay, they used an image as a reference. And so you kind of see what they're doing here. And you could always copy somebody's, right? So this person right here is creating a YouTube thumbnail, right? So they're trying to create a YouTube thumbnail for one of their videos. So it's just nice to be able to see what people can do. Now, the downside with this is how busy it is, okay? So literally, like as soon as you type something in, it could be, you know, a few minutes before it's like ready, and it'll be like lost way up here and you have to go find it. So if you want to use Midjourney and you get in, all you do is you go over to one of the newcomer rooms and you just choose a newcomer room, you jump in there and you can start creating images. You see these things are just flying in right now. However, there is another thing that you could do as long as you have a paid membership, and it is called a private server. So inside of Discord, you're going to click plus, and you can watch YouTube videos on this. You're going to click the plus button right here, add a server, create my own, and let's just say for me. And let's call this one AI Marketing Academy. I don't need to worry about an upload image. I can upload that later. Let's press create. Now, I just created a brand new server called the AI Marketing Academy, and I'm the only person in it. Okay, I'm the only person in this server, and now it's private. Now, it automatically comes with a general channel and voice channels. Now, I don't really need these voice channels. I don't need to, it's just me in here. I don't need to sit around and talk, so I'll just delete the voice channel. I'll just delete this completely. I don't need it. I'm not going to be sitting here talking to myself anyways. But if you had like if you were sharing a server with a few people, you can get in and you could have conversations. Now, here I am. I know you guys have questions in the chat, by the way, for those of you that are live, but at least give me a chance to get to it and you'll learn all this. Okay, so here I am inside of my Discord server. This is all important before you do things like creating images, right? So now I'm inside of Discord. The problem is that I don't have Midjourney in my Discord server. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Midjourney with the little boat. I'm going to go back to Midjourney, and over here on the right side, okay, over here on the right, you're going to see something called the Midjourney bot. Midjourney bot right there. Okay? If you can't see it, then you can simply click this little person list up on the top, show member list, and it'll be right here, Midjourney bot. That is the bot that you're going to need in your own little private server. So I'm going to click this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this. And I'm going to select where I want to add it, AI Marketing Tutorial, AI Marketing Academy, and I'm going to continue, and I'm going to authorize. I'm also going to say that I'm a human, okay? And now go to AI Marketing Academy. So now, just like that, I'm in my private channel called AI Marketing Academy, and there are two members. There is me, and now there is the Midjourney bot. Midjourney bot has just slid into the server. So now I can create images. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type the slash command. I'm just going to do slash, and I'm going to kind of look and see what all things I could do are. I can imagine, create images. They've got settings, describe, suffix, ask, blend, describe. So I could type in any one of these right now as like a command to do something. There's lots of stuff that I could do, right, as a command. There's just all kinds of stuff. We're just going to pretty much stay a little bit more beginner for right now. So we are going to imagine. So as I started typing it in, it auto-populated it right here. I'm just going to click on that. So now it says, what do you want to imagine? What is your prompt? And so I guess let's start by creating a logo, a little icon up here for AI Marketing Academy. So let's create a little icon of, let's say, an icon of a robot with a yellow background. Okay, an icon of a robot with a yellow background. Enter. Now, this right here, I'm sorry, this is something I had from my previous training. It went ahead and added dimensions. We're going to go ahead and remove those. I'll explain that in a minute, but I'm going to remove it. Let's just type it in again. /imagine an icon of a robot with a yellow background. Okay, So the first one I did, it actually just applied this on the end of it automatically. I'm going to teach you that in this training, but right now I don't need it. So as you can see here, 78%, and now it's got a second one. I want one that's a square though. That's why I did it again. So you can see here, I'm in fast mode. Relaxed mode is going to take a little bit longer than this. So without any really prompts at all, I just did an icon of a robot with a yellow background. These are now my images to be able to use as I please. These are my original images, right? And so I'm going to wait until it's done. See how this says 78% fast, 93% fast? Now it's done. Once it's done, let's look at it. And so what I want you to do is I want you to look at all 4 images, starting from the top left to the bottom right. It goes in this order. This image is number 1. The image over here on the right side is number 2. The bottom left is number 3. The bottom right is number 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the images, and I just kind of decide which one that I want. And so it doesn't really matter, right? Let's just say I want number 2. Now, I can upscale it. These U's mean that I can upscale. So I can upscale any one of these images where I get the full image itself, right? Or I could do a variation. Like I could kind of do like I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. Let's do both. Let's upscale number 2, that one right there. And it's going to upscale it, but let's also do a variation of number 2. Now, when I do a variation, I use what's called the remix prompt. And I'm going to show you how to get this. This allows me to make a variation, but add something to it. Like I might want to make a variation, but maybe I want it to have a red background. I kind of like the robot. I want it slightly different, but with a red background. Now, let me show you how to get some of these settings going. I should have shown you this first. /settings is one of the first things that you want to do. Then just hit enter. Okay, so these are my settings right here. Okay, I'm using the latest model, 5.2. That's going to give me basically the most updated current results. I just have it stylized at medium. I've played with these other ones and I find that medium works really well. And I have remix mode turned on. Remix mode allows me to be able to create a variation. If you don't have remix mode, you're just going to hit V4 and it's just going to make a variation of that. So I have high variation mode, and now I have fast mode. Fast mode is going to eat up some of my credits. I only have a certain amount of hours of fast mode every single month. I think that it actually shows you on the Midjourney pricing. If we go back, there was Midjourney pricing in here somewhere. Let's go back. Yeah, it should be docs and plans. Let's see. My plan comes with fast GPU time, 15 hours a month. And so on this account, since I just use it for training, I've only hit 15 hours a month like 2 or 3 times. And then once you hit your usable fast hours, then at that point, you just go back to relaxed. Relaxed is going to go a little bit slower, but I have unlimited. So you have a certain amount of fast hours. Okay, so this is pretty much, I'm in fast mode and remix mode are the main things right there. Now, let's take a look at this. So this one right here we upscaled. Now I've got this image. Okay, so I can simply go right here and save image as, and let's just save it to my downloads folder. Okay, so I just saved that image, and now I've got that image to be able to work with, right? So now if I wanted to, I'm inside of the AI Marketing Academy, right? So I can actually go in here, and I can go into my settings, and I can upload an image. Now, I don't know if it's going to, we recommend at least 512. I don't know if that Discord image is going to be more than 512. Let's see if it lets it go. Apply. Save changes. There we go. So just like that. Now look, we have a little icon up here of the yellow robot. That's the first thing we created. We created our own server. We got a little icon. So now I know that little yellow icon is what I'll use for the AI Marketing Academy for this tutorial. And so now everything we create inside of here can all be nice and neat and organized. So you kind of start to look at some of these different styles. Okay, so there's my little robot. When I remixed it to make it red, it pretty much gave me these versions with a red background. So you can really have some fun with these. Now we're going to do one more. /imagine an icon of a robot, let's say wearing a backpack and a baseball hat, ready for school with a, let's say, white background. Okay? So now, I just want to show you that there is a lot of opportunity that you have with these images. I also want to let you know that you don't, see how it says waiting to start, and then it starts. You actually don't have to wait. You can actually create multiple images at the same time while you're doing this, which we are going to do. I'm just kind of going slow to get everybody a long pace to be able to see kind of how it works. Because when I start picking things up, I don't want everybody saying I'm going too fast. But I have to go fast because I want to teach you a lot today. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm pausing. I'm drinking hot tea in the background. Okay, so right now, that's about how long it took in fast mode. And this is what it gave me. So again, I got the same little robot, this time with a white background. But look, I said wearing a hat and a little backpack, ready for school. So now they look like little student robots. So what happens is you can really easily get those. Now, as long as you went to settings and turned on remix mode, I can go in here and do remix mode. Let's do a remix of number 3, version 3, V3, remix prompt. An icon of a robot wearing a black backpack. Let's just completely do a remake, and let's say an icon of a child, right? And let's see what kind of remix it'll do. It's going to remix this one down here into an icon with a child, right? So this is kind of what I'm doing. Now, while that's going, I'm going to show you how to be able to change the size. So let's go /imagine, and let's do an icon of a robot wearing a backpack. Now, let's just do some other things. Let's say in the forest with an epic sunset that is purple and blue. In the future, a dystopian world with, let's say, 2 moons. Okay, so now we got a more complex prompt, right? Now, at the end of this prompt, if we want to change the dimensions, if we don't want it to be a square, we just simply put --AR, which stands for aspect ratio, --AR, and now choose an aspect ratio. So for this example, let's do 9:16, which is going to be like TikTok. And now it's going to do the same, it's going to create the image, but it's going to create it in format for TikTok. And now look what happened to this remix. We took this little robot guy down here on the bottom left, actually had an orange hat, right, modeling after me. And then we remixed it into a person. And look at kind of, it created kind of the similar context of it, right? And so this is kind of how you can play with images, is that I kind of, when I did the remix, I kind of knew, okay, you want like this style, right? You want this style, but you want it of a boy instead of a robot. And went ahead and gave me a boy or a girl or a donkey. It doesn't matter what it is. Now look at this one. An icon of a robot wearing a backpack in the forest with epic sunset, purple and blue. Now look at this one. Now if we want to see it a little bit bigger, we can always do open in browser. And then we could even zoom in a little bit more. And we can start to see the detail of these images, right? Look at how cool these are, right? These are super cool. And there's lots of use cases for these. There's just tons of ways to be able to do it. In fact, I kind of like this one right here on the right, because it's kind of like this boy's walking into like a thing, right? So this one up here, number 2. So now let's go over here and let's upscale number 2. Okay, so now this one is in the background. It's getting ready to upscale. Now, while that's upscaling, I'm just going to show you an example of what I could do. I'm going to go ahead and open up CapCut. We taught CapCut last week, by the way, so let's see, start a new project. And CapCut is just a video editing software, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this image that we just created just to kind of show you. I'm going to right click, I'm going to save it, load it into my downloads, and then I'm going to import it over, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my downloads folder. You guys probably can't see it right now because it's in my other window. But I'm going to go to downloads and I'm going to take that image we just created and drag it in right here. So now we have this image inside of CapCut. And so now I can just drag it down here. And maybe I want to make it, let's say, like 3 seconds long, right? Right about there. That's 2 seconds. That's 4 seconds. Let's make it 3 seconds long. You guys can watch Clipping Academy if you need to know this. I'm going to make a cut and delete it. So now I have a 3-second long clip. And inside of CapCut, if you guys watch Clipping Academy, I could just simply put a keyframe in the beginning and then put a keyframe at the end. And then let's say at the end, let's have it, let's say, zoom in like this. Okay? So now let's just go ahead and see what this looks like, just to kind of give you an example. let's see what this looks like, what we just created in seconds. So now we have some movement to an image that can be used in stories, stuff like that. It's just very, very quick. And of course, this is the most basic amount of movement. You could do a lot more. You could add an effect to it that, made it, let's say it can make it flicker, make it do something crazy. You could let's just add some stuff really quick. Let's add this one. There's a cross flash. And, you could also do stuff like, instead of just zooming in, you could also have it rotating. There's just crazy stuff you could do. Okay, you could just have fun with it. So again, all this stuff you could do if you wanted to use images to be able to create content, videos, stuff like that. That's all in here. Watch this one, just another example. Boom, 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 boom. See, I'm just saying, in a matter of seconds, you can easily create some cool stuff that's like a clip that works as B-roll for anything. And close that down for now. I just wanted to kind of show you an example of how to be able to use that. Now, another thing that you could use these images for is going to be inside of Canva. So let's go ahead and go inside of Canva real quick. And let's go to, let me drag it over. Let's go inside of Canva. So here I am inside of Canva. And you can do the same thing inside of Canva if you have a Canva account. Go to Uploads, and you can upload your image here. We're going to go ahead and upload this image. And then we're going to drag it over here. Kind of drag it, it'll kind of snap it to the background like that. Now we got an image inside of here. And now we can do all kinds of cool stuff too. Maybe we want to make a thumbnail, right? So maybe we want to add a title, just like this. Boom. And let's drag it, drag it over there. One more real quick down here. All right. So now we could add a title if we want. We could put some text on it, maybe right in the middle of the moon. We could say like, let's say, AI Academy, like that. And then you can kind of take this and we just mess with it for a second, just kind of spice it up a little bit. Boom. Change the spacing of it right there. Let's add an effect. Let's add a shadow. Let's make the shadow black. Transparency there. And let's maybe make this like right there more in the middle of the moon. And boom, next thing you know, now we have like some cool stuff. So you can go in, you can work with things inside of Canva, inside of CapCut. You can work with them as thumbnails. You can create all kinds of stuff. There's elements. You can put in a bunch of elements. If you just wanted to type in something like TikTok, I'm sure you'll find like graphics and photos and just different stuff, to be able to put in. You could even put the play button right over the moon, for example, right there. And, whoops. I'm just showing you. I'm not really trying to spend too much time on this. I'm just showing you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can just kind of see that you can sit here and you can kind of play around with these and create whatever it is you want. This kind of has Stranger Things vibes to me. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of come in here and create anything you want. So their use case of these is cool. Speaking of Stranger Things, you can also describe things in the style of things. So let's do imagine, let's say a boy walking in the forest in the style of Stranger Things. And now let's do aspect ratio 16:9, which is more going to be like a YouTube thumbnail or a presentation slide or a Canva slide. I mean, there's just millions of uses for all this kind of stuff, right? Now, let's also say that I'm working purely on a presentation. Let's say that I'm working purely on, I want to make pictures and stuff like that all in the 16:9. If I want to do a bunch of work that's all in the same exact aspect ratio, that's where prefer suffix comes in. So watch what I'm going to do here. Slash, I'm just going to type in SUFF/suffix. Now, whatever I type is automatically going to be added to the end of every prompt. So watch this, --AR 16:9. Now, whatever I type in, if I type in /imagine a girl walking in the woods in a red hoodie wearing a backpack in the style of Stranger Things. Now, it should automatically add 16:9 to the end of that. Boom. Now, it's automatically going to make all my images 16:9. So a suffix is a way to be able to speed up your effort inside of Midjourney. If you know you're going to be working on a project and you want a lot of images that are all the same, you can use a suffix so you don't have to keep typing in the same prompt. For example, what about in the style of Stranger Things? We seem to be putting this on the end. So let me show you how to adjust this, right? So now, if you ever want to get rid of your suffix, all you do is you just hit enter. It's just going to delete it. Suffix is now removed. Now, let's do a new one. And this time, let's make it that whole thing, in the style of Stranger Things. Boom. So now it's going to add, now no matter what we do, now we can just do anything. Let's say, watch, /imagine a boy flying a kite. Now we can do a simple prompt, like a boy flying a kite, and it's going to automatically say, a boy flying a kite in the style of Stranger Things, aspect ratio 16:9. So it allows me to be able to now simply type in very, very, very simple things that are very, very easy. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you, and this is going to get a little bit more complex, but I want to fit it in today because it's very, very, very helpful. And that is going to be permutations. Now, if you remember, I told you I was going to teach you this today, even though it's a little bit more advanced. If you go to advanced prompts over here in your Midjourney docs, and you go to permutations. Now, what this shows you is if you put these little brackets around the words. So if you go imagine a bird, but in between you put bracket red, comma, green, comma, yellow, bird. Then what happens is this is going to create and process 3 images at a time. It's going to do these 3 things. It's going to imagine a red bird, a green bird, a yellow bird. So anything inside of these is going to be its own image. Now, this allows you to be able to create tons and tons of images very, very, very quickly. So let's just go ahead and do this one just for this example, right? We're going to copy this one, and just so we have it inside there, and we're going to go ahead and press /imagine a red, green, yellow bird. But it's also going to add in the style of Stranger Things. Let's go ahead and leave that just to see how cool that is, right? And while that's going, look at this. Are you sure you want to imagine 3 prompts? Yes. Boom. And so now it's going to process 3 images at a time. This one got some sort of error. Sometimes you'll get an error. I don't know what the error is here. So we'll just have to kind of figure that out as we go. But it also might be because I copied it. But we'll see. Midjourney, sure you want to imagine 3 prompts? Yes. I don't know why I didn't do that. Something went wrong. Your unique trace, Badland, grimy. I don't know what that is. Please check the bottom of your channel for more information. I've never seen that. I wonder if I could just resubmit. No, it's invalid. All right. So anyways, I did the red one. let's try another one. Let's do like this. /imagine and we're going to do that little bracket thing right there. Boy, girl, walking in the forest. And let's see if that one works. If not, I'm going to turn off my suffix. It could be the fact that I've got this suffix added. No, it looks like these ones are working just fine. So see what I did here. I just wrote one prompt. I wrote one prompt and it created 2 images. All I did was a boy, girl, using that little prompt, and it's just basically the left squiggly bracket, boy, comma, girl, close that right squiggly bracket. And it's pretty simple. And look at this. All I did was a boy, girl walking in the forest. That's all I wrote. And it automatically is doing all of this. Now, let's go back to our suffix and let's change it, right? So we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. And now let's go back and let's change it. This time, let's do in the style of Marvel Avengers, AR, let's say 9:16. So we've switched it, right? We've given it a new suffix. And so now let's do another one of these permutations. Let's say a close-up of a woman with, let's do bracket, blonde hair. Let's do black hair, white hair, brown hair, right? A close-up of a woman with blonde hair, black hair, white hair, brown hair. And let's give some details. Try to get creative. Let's say sitting at her desk. She is a vlogger. She has camera equipment in her room and books on her shelves. Her room is well lit with aqua blue tones. I don't know, just having some fun, right? And then now it's going to go in the style of Marvel Avengers, which I think is going to be interesting. So let's see what happens. Are you sure you want to imagine 4 prompts? Because it's going to do the girl with 4 different hairstyles. Yes. Now, why might I do this? Let me give you some practical, while this is loading, let's give some practical case studies here. Okay, what if I want to do different races, different nationalities, right? I could do like a woman from India, a woman from Africa, a woman from Europe, a woman from America, a woman from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I could basically have it be from like, I could do like 10. You can do up to 10. So I could do up to 10 at a time from different countries, right? Maybe I could get different nationalities. Maybe I can get all kinds of different stuff like that. There's just a lot of stuff that I can do along by doing these multiple prompts. But notice how fast it's going too. Fast mode is one of the benefits. So let's see kind of what we're looking at. We got 4 different ones that just came in. Notice the aqua blue tones, and you'll kind of notice the Avengers tones. So let's see. This is the first one that came in, right? This is the woman with blonde hair. Let's open in browser and let's look at it a little bit closer. Okay? So look at the attention to detail, right? You can kind of see like the Marvel Avengers type themes, the thematics of it kind of got in there. She's working on a laptop. It's almost like a remix of an Apple. This is really high quality. This is extremely high quality. It's being done in just minutes. Look at this one. Again, super high quality. She's wearing headphones. She's got kind of a technology background. You guys, this stuff is really cool, right? So this stuff is really, really cool. Now, I'm going to be showing you, the reason why this is so cool is that I'm going to show you in an episode this week, I'm going to show you, let's go ahead and upscale one. I'm going to show you how you can then make this avatar speak. You can bring it to life. You can give it scripts. You can have it be in videos. You can have it narrate videos. You can have it narrate your TikToks. You can have it narrate shorts. You can create an avatar and build an entire channel around it. So for example, this woman here can be my literal go-to avatar, and I can build an entire channel around her where she is just literally moving her lips, talking, speaking, her head's going to be nodding back and forth, and I can use her to be able to introduce a series of videos. So that's what's really cool about this. The other thing is, if there's something that I don't like about the image, so let's do a zoom in of this image, and let's kind of see what we don't like. Okay, I think the background looks fine. You know, everything kind of, she looks fine. I'm not really sure what this is, a cable going into her fingers. Her hand over here is holding a coffee cup. What if we wanted to change something? So if you want to change something in a picture, this is another benefit of Midjourney. If you want to change something inside of a picture, what you have to do is you have to go ahead and vary by region. Vary by region. If you click this, it'll bring up a little editor, and you can choose the lasso or the little square, and you could just simply choose this square. Now, what if instead of a cup, right? And we could actually delete this whole thing because it's already going to keep everything else in the image. But what if instead of a cup, what if we wanted that to be a clock? And let's just see what happens. Okay, so now it's going to, it may not do a great one. We didn't really give it any description. I just highlighted the cup and said, let's make it a clock. And so now Midjourney's got to figure it out. Now, of course, sometimes AI nails it and sometimes they don't. So you got to kind of experiment, but you could always go back to the original. Now, another thing, while that's loading, another thing we could do is we could take this image and we could zoom out. Maybe we want to have more options. So let's zoom out 2 times, just like that. And now it's going to basically, what it's going to do is it's going to fill in a little bit around the borders. It's going to predict what should go there, right? It's going to be very, very interesting to watch. See, right now, look, it's taking the original image and it's kind of predicting what, it's kind of trying to figure out 4 different variations. So on this one, it's kind of expanding the window, the blue light up there. On this one, it's not. It's just interesting to kind of see what it does. Now, this was the clock. Let's see if we got close to a clock. Let's zoom in just to see what it did. I don't think we got a clock in there, but it got rid of the cup. So for example, you might actually like this one better right here. Look at number 1. She's got her thumb up, right? So instead of holding a mug, it got rid of it. It didn't really put a clock, but this one, her hands down. This one, her hands down with a ring. This one looks a little sloppy, right? But I think 3 out of 4 did pretty good. So my point is that you can go in and you can make changes like that, okay? And you can have fun with it and try to figure out what works. That clock one, you know, it's Midjourney. It can't really work. Now this one here was a zoom out. So let's look at the zoom out really quick. And this is an example of what it looks like now zoomed out. So you can kind of see it filled in some of the background. You kind of see here, before it was only like this square. Now look, it put ceiling, it put lights with trees and buildings in the background. It put more books on the shelves. It put computers behind her. Because if you remember the image, let me see if I can go find the original image. Yeah, this is like the original image right here. Look at how in tight it is, right? So there was no computers on her side. And by zooming out, check this out. Now she's sitting in a certain style, slightly different style. She's got computers, stuff on her computers. This one, she's got some futuristic lights. You know, this one, she's got some paintings in the background. This one, she's got some more lights. So it kind of, the other benefit of this is this allows you to zoom in. And you kind of now can start to see the legs and start to see different things, like different background stuff. So this is another really cool feature, which is the zoom out. Okay, so once you find one you like, let's just upscale one. Let's upscale number 3 just for now, just to kind of show you what we're working with. And don't worry, we'll come back to these images and we'll use them as avatars as well. And here's the thing, if you don't like something, right? Let's say how busy her room is right now. I see a comment in the back that's like talking about how busy her room is. If you don't like anything about it, keep in mind that this was just the random one I chose, but you could always go in and let's imagine let's go again, an attractive black woman with braids and green eyes working at her desk. She is a, let's say, beauty vlogger who is filming a video looking straight at the camera. Her room is white and blue with a very minimalistic style. Okay, let's just try that one just to kind of give you an example. What are people asking me in the comments? Private servers, questions, da 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 da. Yeah, there's more commands. I'm not going to cover probably the describe command. I don't think the describe command is going to be necessary today. You can describe, you could upload an image and describe it. We will upload an image though. Maybe we'll describe it, but I'm not going to go in depth on how to actually use that because I don't use it that much. I'm really only, this is the stuff that I do all the time, you guys. I use these every single day. So you kind of see 62%. And again, while this is loading, here's another thing that you can do, right? So you could take this minimalistic style, whatever, and now let's say that we liked this one, right? Let's copy, but we don't need to copy in the style of Marvel Avengers. That's going to be there. Now, what we might do is we might say, okay, I kind of like the direction this is going. Let's imagine it. Let's paste it. But instead of black woman, let's put the little permutations. Black, white, Asian, Mexican. Let's just do those four for right now. Okay? Okay. Now, it's going to give me, do you want to do 4 images? Yes. And now it's going to process 4 at a time. And again, you can do up to 10 like this. So now it's actually going to process even more. And again, I can go and I could change it to 16:9 if I don't want to use it for TikToks, I want to use it for something else. But let's look at these ones that it did. I'm opening in browser so I can show you guys a little bit closer. On my computer, I can see them. But man, these are good. You know what I'm saying? Like as a marketer, graphics are going to be an important part of your marketing. And look at how clean these are showing up very, very instantly. Tell me these aren't just stunning. Okay? They really are stunning. Okay? That's what these are. Right? So they're just really cool. Look, I'm pumped on Midjourney. I use Midjourney all the time. So as you can see here, it's doing 4 different styles. So the first one it did was an attractive black woman with braids. It gave me 4 versions there. The second one was an attractive white woman with braids. It gave me 4 versions there. Then here's one, an attractive Asian woman with braids right there. And then this one's still being done, 93%. An attractive Mexican woman with braids. Now, I didn't have to do with braids, but I just left that in there. I'm doing this really quickly just to show you how fast they are. Now, if you're looking for a more realistic version, then I can also show you, there's stuff that you could do for that. So watch, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this suffix. We're going to go ahead and delete it. Now, let's go over to Google Chrome And let's just go to Google and let's search for, let's say, popular photo shoot cameras 2020. Let's just do popular photo shoot cameras. So depending on if you start researching like camera game and you start looking at like different camera game, Sony A7, Sony, Panasonic, Canon EOS, RS Mark II, whatever this is, I don't even know what camera this is. You can just copy it. Copy that camera, right? And now what we'll do is we're going to do the same thing, right? But we're going to put, for suffix, this time what we're going to do is we're going to add that camera. Okay? And then we're going to add, let's say, aspect ratio 16:9. Let's make this one wide. So we just added that camera as the suffix. So now, let's just see what happens now when we just take like this same image right here and /imagine, paste. And then while we're waiting for that, let's go back up and let's grab that girl that we were working with originally. Let's grab her. And let's see how different she turns out, because we have the actual image of her already. Let's see how different she turns out. /imagine. And by the way, I'm just typing tab. When I see imagine pop up, if you're wondering how I'm doing this so fast, once I see it pop up, I just hit tab on my computer. It just can go really, really fast. Okay, so now one of the questions is, can we create pictures of ourselves? No, it's not going to create pictures of yourselves. However, if you are a celebrity and the AI has learned a lot about you, then you can use a celebrity. For example, /imagine. Let's do Taylor Swift close up singing into a vintage microphone with a 1920s background, or something like that. Okay, so I can just do that. It's going to add the camera to the end of it. But Taylor Swift. Now, it should be able to get close enough. But while we're waiting for this, we can actually grab that same prompt, copy it, and let's just do a couple more, because you might as well make use of it. So instead of Taylor Swift, let's do somebody else that's famous. Snoop Dogg. And then for the third one, why don't one of the live chat viewers give me somebody that's famous enough that AI would recognize them? Who's somebody famous enough that AI would recognize them? Somebody give me a name in chat right now. I already did Snoop Dogg. Come on, you just said Snoop Dogg. I already did. The Rock, Kevin Hart, Oprah. Let's say Oprah Winfrey. Okay. So first of all, can you already tell before these images are even done, can you already tell how close they get to celebrities? So look at this. Now, I'm not saying that's Taylor Swift, but at first glance, it's almost who comes to mind, especially this top left one for me. This top left one over here, literally, I'm going to upscale that one right there. Upscale 1. All right. And now let's look at Snoop Dogg. Okay, I think this top left one is literally Snoop, but I mean, they're pretty much all Snoop. Actually, it nailed Snoop Dogg, didn't it? Right? It nailed him. They got Snoop Dogg down. Okay, I will tell you, Snoop Dogg has infiltrated AI. They got Snoop down, but they didn't get the microphone down. He's eating like a lollipop made of like diamonds or something. But this one's a vintage mic. That one's kind of more of what I was visualizing right here. Okay, and then let's look at Oprah Winfrey. Let's see how well it did. Well, his bottom right one for sure. And I think they did like a younger version of Oprah. I mean, it's all cool. And it almost has Oprah vibes. I don't think this top right one does. The left two kind of, this looks like a younger Oprah, got the vibes of it. You know, but yeah, you can basically, you understand what I'm saying. You can imagine Barack Obama playing cards with Donald Trump, okay? You can imagine celebrities, and it'll bring in the celebrities, and the celebrities in the public domain, right? It'll bring them in, and it gives you imagery that people can kind of be able to recognize and stuff like that, right? So, and have them doing something. Don't just put in the celebrity name, right? Have them, like I said, playing cards with Donald Trump and just see what comes up and see if you can, and then you could even have more fun. Like let's imagine Donald Trump and Barack Obama getting massages in Thailand or something that would just be shocking to people. You know what I'm saying? The kind of stuff that would kind of just throw people off. Okay, but this is kind of like, look, they're just all playing cards together, and look at how good they are, right? They're friends. Look at them. They're little buddies, little cronies. Okay, so you just kind of get this stuff going. You guys understand. So we're going to keep moving, and we're going to have a little fun. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can bring in an image into Midjourney. You can actually bring in your own images. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to go ahead and go to Google. And now let's bring in an image. Okay, so let's bring in an image of, there's something specific that we want to work with. That's kind of like an image or a style that we really, really like. So let's just go to Google and let's do, let's say, who do we want to use? Let's say an actual image of like Donald Trump or Barack Obama. So let's say Donald Trump walking down escalator. That was a famous picture of him, right? Oh, you know what? Well, I don't know if it'll actually, yeah, let's do the mugshot. That one was more recent. Mugshot. Images. This thing went viral, right? This little thing, whatever. So we can grab this image right here and save that image. Okay, Donald Trump mugshot. And then we can go over here into Midjourney, and I'm going to actually just open up my Finder window, but you guys won't be able to see it, but I'm just going to drag over the picture. I'm just going to drag the picture of the mugshot right into here. Just dragged it in, boop, and there it is, and then hit enter. So all I've done is I've just dragged this into Midjourney. Now that it's in Midjourney, I can right click on it and I can copy the link. Now I have a web link for this image. I didn't have to copy it. I didn't have to drag it into Midjourney. I could have just grabbed the web link off the web, but I find that this is a little bit easier. So now I have this web link. So now watch, so let's say, imagine Donald Trump mugshot, and then paste that URL. Paste that URL that it gave me, right? Donald Trump mugshot, and just hit enter. And now it's going to take that image as a reference, and it's going to give me something somewhat similar, but yet AI is going to take it and is going to tweak it. So there's a lot that you can do with this. Let me see if I can find okay, I'm going to find another picture in the background. Let's just take this one. Not the most flattering picture of me, but there's a picture of me with my mouth wide open. So let's take this one and copy link. And let's say, imagine, and let's just kind of try to describe it. Say a man with orange hat and let's say black beard stubble, wearing a black hoodie in his office with an orange, no, I don't want to use too much orange, with a studio backdrop. Okay, so let's just use this, but then we're going to paste the image of me. Now, the problem is that I'm not famous enough to use my name. I can't say Chris Record because AI has not learned me enough. I've tried, believe me, but the name Chris is too common and the word record has too many meanings. I just don't have enough, so it's not going to look enough like me. But look, the mugshot, look, it created all of these different styles of mugshots, all based on it, right? It created all these different styles. Of course, I did it in 16:9. Now, it's not going to ever create the same exact one, but you notice it kind of got that little face forward tilt lean based on this, and the blue with the red tie, white shirt, blue jacket. It kind of knows all these. So if you kind of look here, this is what it's trying to do with me, you know. And of course, from here, now that I got an idea, I can start to describe it a little bit more, right? So I think the backgrounds all worked well. It got the orange hat pretty much, but it doesn't know. It just says a man, right? So it just did a man. But see how it used the image as a reference. So a lot of times if you're trying to get the exact person, you're not going to get the exact person this way. There are other ways to get AI avatars of exact people, but that's not really what Midjourney is good for. Midjourney is good at using the reference image. So if you actually look at the reference image, it's a man with a black hoodie, whatever, orange hat, in the studio backdrop. And you look at these, and they're just like cleaner versions of kind of the same thing. So again, this allows you to create like a character, like a talking avatar, something like that, be able to create the same stuff. But you could always describe it more. So an example could be like, you could say, imagine, and you got to say attractive if it's me, right? Super sexy, attractive. Attractive, let's make the race more white. Let's say tan, male, with an orange hat, blue eyes, black hoodie, I'm filming a podcast, okay? So those are just some examples, and then paste the link. So you could just play with it. And the cool thing is that I've only ever really hit my limit a couple times, and then you just go to relaxed mode. So when this fast mode ends, then I just go down to relaxed mode, then I have unlimited images. Now when I'm in relaxed mode, it's gonna take a little longer. So what I'll do is I'll queue up like 10, 20, 30 images, and it'll just say, we can't get to this image yet, we can't get to this image yet. But then once you do like 30 images, you just go paste, 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 then you just walk away and go take a break and come back a half an hour later, and all the images will be done, all the images will be there, right? So this is kind of what you do. And I know you guys, I know there's a lot of things that people are saying in the comments, like what about face swap? I mean, I use face swap on other servers. Like I think I have face swap over here probably. Yeah, like I use face swap over here. I really feel like right, those kind of tools, I don't know, it gets a little bit, I don't really use them. So I pretty much just like, what I do is I create graphics for presentations, I create logos, you know, it's mostly what I do. So like watch, let's change the suffix, and let's now create some more marketing materials. I made the suffix nothing, and now let's make the suffix, this time let's make it be, let's say, a logo icon, and let's say 3D vector, and let's say AR, let's say 1 by 1. Okay, that's what we're gonna add at the end. And so now I'll just say like /imagine a picture of an eagle with as a gold emblem. Okay, so now you're gonna start rapid firing these. Imagine an eagle with a sun behind it. Okay, imagine a cartoon eagle with big claws flying through the sun, okay? And you could just start typing in a lot of stuff, right? And because we have this logo icon, 3D Vector AR11, automatically it's creating these icons for us that are all unique. And then I'll just bring these icons into Canva and make a logo out of them. Very, very, very easily, right? And so look at the quality of these things, right? The quality is very, very good. So let's just grab one real quick. Let's say this number 3, upscale it, upscale number 3. Here's another one if you want to look at some of these. But look at the quality, and these are just real simple prompts, right? I'm not doing anything crazy, but this is the quality, right? So you can really start to have a lot of fun with these. Now, how would I use these? These can become the watermarks. If you're editing videos, you can start adding your watermarks. If you've got social media faceless channels, you can start creating a logo with this icon could be just a little bit transparent sitting on top of it, right? So you could really just have fun with all of these. Here's some more, flying in front of the sun. You see what I'm saying? These are almost like sports teams logos. They're really easy to create. They're very, very unique. Let's also grab this one as well. And so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this, save image as, we're gonna grab that one, and let's go grab this one, save image as. Okay, So now there's a few things that we could do. Let's go back to Canva. And over here on Canva, what would you like to create? Let's do logo. So let's just create a logo inside of Canva. And now one thing that we could do is we could just look at these existing logos just to kind of see, is there something where like we could just add the eagle onto it, right? There might be something like that. So let's just even look really quick. Let's just search eagle. Okay, the eagle, kind of get an idea, black eagle, the eagle, and kind of visualize, where do you visualize your eagle you just created or whatever. And by the way, you could always find a logo first, but instead of using like this eagle with the crown, you could actually create an eagle. So like this right here, instead of using this one, you could actually create your own eagle with its own crown. You could just type in like an eagle, close-up of an eagle head wearing a crown, right? Let's go ahead and do that just for kicks, just to kind of show you. / imagine an eagle wearing a crown. / imagine a close-up of an eagle wearing a crown. Okay, we're just going to get a couple of those going in the background. But yeah, so another thing you could do is you could say, okay, maybe we want to do an industry like gamer logos. Okay, so you can kind of see all these different gamer logos and kind of see these different styles and see if there's anything that you kind of feel. And by the way, you could use gamer logo as a keyword inside of Midjourney. So you can kind of start to see all of these different logos that you can create. So one idea is to create it like that. But in this example, let's just get rid of that eagle. And let's upload our own right here. We're going to upload those two eagles. There they both are. And now we got this one. And then let's duplicate this. And let's do this one. Now there's a couple options for what we could do. Option one is we could literally just make this. We could say, hey, I really like that fade that it put on it. We could just make it the whole thing, right? And start playing with the text or whatever. Kind of start to say, okay, I'm going to bring this down or whatever. And you kind of go, okay, this royal eagle could work, but it's going to need to pop. And so you'd go over to effects and you'd try to figure out how can I make this thing pop a little bit more. Maybe I can give it, some different stuff like that, right? So you can kind of play with it that way. That's one way you could play with it. Let's duplicate though. Another way you could play with it is click on the image, go to Edit Photo, and Background Remover. And what it's going to do is it's essentially going to make that image transparent. So now it's the original color, right? So we go up this one on top. Let's go here and let's go Background Remover. Now we've got it fitting that existing kind of theme that the logo was already in. So it really works well to be able to come in here and customize, let's just make a logo, record, breakers, and we'll say international. And then to get this thing centered, I usually drag this all the way to the right and then drag this all the way to the left. Just like that. So I'm creating logos literally inside of seconds. Now, if I wanted these to be a silhouette on, let's say, like a short that I was doing, right? So let's say that I wanted this to be a silhouette on the short. Let's go ahead and let's change this around a little bit. Let's put this up here just for the time being and make it smaller. Okay. So we're going to just kind of put this out of the way. But let's say that I'm making like content, whatever, and I want to use my icons, right? So in this case, what I'll do is I'll go to Uploads. It's not coming in, so I guess I have to refresh. Hold on. Uploads. There we go. Okay, so let's say that I want to use this logo right here. I'm going to edit photo, background remover. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down somewhere down here, but I'm going to make it small, kind of out of the way. Okay? And then I've got that image right there, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to transparency, make it all the way transparent. Now you can't see it at all, and just kind of fit it in so it's there, right? So now I've got this like little watermark, and you can put the watermark on the bottom right of all your videos. You've got your logo. You can start branding yourself. It's just on everything you do. There's lots of ways to be able to do that. Now you'll also notice a lot of other stuff that I have in here. So I want to show you kind of some templates that I do. So every single week, I create templates like this right here. Faceless Content Academy. So you can kind of see here, Faceless Content Academy. Now these are AI generated. These are AI generated graphics right here and an AI generated background and then just Canva text. So real quick, let's go ahead and make one. I'm just going to duplicate this one. Let's go ahead and make one. And this one we're going to do, let's make a new one right now on the spot. Just kind of show you what I do, how I actually use it. AI, and let's change this to, let's say, marketing. Okay, AI marketing. Notice it changed the font. So I got to go in here real quick. Montserrat, and we're going to go to Montserrat Black. Okay, so that's the font, by the way, Montserrat Black. Now, AI marketing, right? So it's AI Marketing Academy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this right in front of you guys just to kind of show you how I would do it. So the first thing that I'm going to want is I want to go over here, AI Marketing Academy. And you see this, that's the color that I'm using. Now, I use an extension right here called Color Pick Eyedropper. It's called Color Pick Eyedropper. It's a Chrome extension. You don't have to use this, but I use it. Color Pick Eyedropper. I click on it, and what I could do is I could put the mouse over any color on the screen, on any website, and it'll tell me the exact color. So when I click, it tells me that's the exact color, so I can copy it, right? And now I'm going to exit out of that app. So I just got that exact color, Color Pick Eyedropper. So now I can go in here, and I could take this AI marketing right here, and go to colors, text color, add a new color, and paste. And now I have the exact color for AI Marketing Academy. So now I've got AI Marketing Academy, but I need to come up with a background. And maybe I want to come up with a background that's a little bit red. But what the backgrounds I've been kind of doing are things like this. Like you basically take like images like this. It's like basically Greek mythology, all kind of sitting around at a low table like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Canva, I'm going to go into Midjourney, my bad. And I'm going to go over here to my other Midjourney account in this server. There's just so much stuff I do in this server. Watch, I'm going to do a quick scroll just to kind of show you how much stuff I'm doing. Look, all this Pokemon stuff. You guys, all of these are my different servers I do stuff in, and all of these are different categories inside of servers. I literally do a ton with Midjourney, I promise you. These are all Pokemon stuff we do for a Pokemon project. I don't want to give away too much game, though, on today. Mike None knows about this game, though. So all this Pokemon stuff, I'm going by really fast because I don't want to... And then look, these are backgrounds. So like to give you an example of background, Mount Olympus during an epic sunset, lightning, Greek mythology, right? So in this example right here, this would be an example of one that I would want to do right now, right? So let's go, let's make one that's like that, / imagine Mount Olympic, epic sunset, Greek mythology. Okay, let's keep going though. And there's some Greek mythology characters. I'm going to kind of scroll through all this. You kind of see like how good it is, right? So much stuff, like fires blazing. Like you guys might recognize this. I use this one right here for the welcome yourself. The prompt for that was Athena, the goddess of wisdom, sitting on a throne with a white background, Greek mythology, AR 16:9. Okay, so you kind of start to see the different stuff. You start to see the different stuff that I do. You guys might recognize this one that I've used a bunch. So all of these different threads, I can keep things kind of organized. Okay, so anyways, let's go all the way down here. Look at so much stuff I do. Oh my God, so much stuff. I'm gonna keep going all the way down though. Okay. Oh, so I still have my logo icon, but that's kind of cool, huh? Mount Olympus as a logo icon. So let's go /suffix and turn it off. And let's just do /suffix Greek mythology AR 16:9. So now I just have to type in whatever I want. So let's kind of scroll up a little bit and let's see right here. So these are the backgrounds I'm doing. Aqua blue, Mount Olympus. There's another one, aqua blue, Mount Olympus, kind of a sunset one. We could use any one of these. Creates these backgrounds very, very, very easily. There's one. Now, what I really want to do though is I want to create something like this, but for AI Academy, a wide one. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this whole one right here, and we're going to change it. Now notice the AR on this is 16 by 4. But don't worry, I'll show you. You can override. You can override if I type in my own aspect ratio. Right now it's going to default to 16 by 9 unless I type in my own. So if we go imagine, there we go. So now let's say futuristic, a table full of Greek mythology characters. Instead of editing reels, because I use that, let's say Greek mythology characters. Let's come up with something AI related. Building AI robots with tones of white and red. And we'll do, oh yeah, we already got Greek mythology in. Tones of white and red. Okay, and let's just see what happens. Oh, it's gonna, sorry, Greek mythology. I'm gonna undo my suffix real quick. It's messing it up. I'm gonna make no suffix. Okay, so let's go again, /imagine, futuristic table working on, let's say building, what did I say? Building robots, building AI robots. Building AI robots with tones of white and red. Okay, so now it's building that bottom part, right? So while it's building the bottom part, let's also build the top part, which is these backgrounds, right? So let's grab one of these backgrounds now and just reuse the quote. Let's go /imagine. Let's say Mount Olympus, Greek mythology, epic background. Let's do, instead of lightning, let's do red moons, white stars, something like that. And let's try to see if we can get a backdrop going. Now, this one's already done, and let's see what it did with my tones. Let's go ahead and open a browser so we can look at it a little closer. So it doesn't really do the Greek mythology very well. It does the robots very well, but I kind of feel like just for this example, maybe we use it. And I could always change it later. Some of the stuff looks scary. Jeez, all these red robots underneath kind of look sketch, you know? But here's another little trick, okay? Is take this right here, okay? Now I'm going to show you another little trick really quick. /imagine. Okay, so let's say you want something to be a little bit more, let's say Greek mythology characters. You can actually put 2 colons and put like 2. Colon, 2 after Greek mythology characters. What that essentially does is that puts a weight of 2 after Greek mythology characters, number 2, right? And I could also take building AI robots and make that like a 0.5 and make it a little bit less. So everything's kind of a 1. So you can kind of play with the same prompt, /imagine, and maybe I want to do building AI robots as 0.5. You know, I think maybe got to put 0.5. And you can kind of mess with the different styles. And then also you might say the robots are just throwing me off. So maybe building AI technology. And then let's maybe put in Athena, Zeus, let's say Thor, let's say Atlas, you know? So you can also just kind of mess around and keep repeating the same one. Give yourself multiple options of what you might like. So let's look at this one. We got a kind of another option here. I don't really like any of these. Creative though, I'm not gonna lie, these are all really cool. I just don't think that these look, this top one I think would probably look the best. I'm a maybe on that top one. In fact, I will, if I like something, I will at the very least upscale it so I can have access to it. This, I don't know about the white and red. This is getting a little insane at this point. Now it's putting naked women up on this, getting a little carried away. That's pretty funny. This one's looking close, but maybe it's bottom right one. This has a lot of potential. Let's see what happens when it's done. This bottom right one in my mind has potential. Yeah, this one actually is kind of the potential I was looking for right here. It's kind of got those white and red themes. So let's kind of upscale that one. Now, the next thing I'll do After kind of upscaling, of course, I'm going to save it. Let's save this one. Save image as. And let's save this one. Save image as. Okay, so the next thing I'll look is I'll say, okay, are the people's heads like cut off? So what I could do is I could zoom out. I could do custom zoom. It's gonna custom zoom to 2. I can make it like custom zoom like 1.2. 1 is regular, right? So I'm saying like barely zoom out so I could see the top of this guy's head. And I could do a custom zoom that way because his head is cut off right here. So a custom zoom will just kind of keep the same image. It'll just zoom in it'll zoom out a little bit so I can at least see the top of his head. And I think this one, if a head is ever cut off, that's what you do. You custom zoom out a little bit. And this one right here looks fine. So for this one, a table full of characters, let's just go ahead and play with that one really quick. Let's go over here to AI Marketing Academy, and let's delete this background, and let's delete that background, and let's delete that. I had a bunch of backgrounds back there. Okay, so now we have our template, AI Marketing Academy. Let's go to Uploads, upload a file, and let's see, we got, that one's the cutoff one. Okay, this is the one we want to use. Open. And we're going to click on it, bring it in. Okay, bring it down here, obviously. And the very first thing we're going to do is edit photo, make it, remove the background. Okay, maybe we don't need as much of this table. I don't think the table necessarily helps. I think that looks a little bit better. And then let's just see what happens if we make it the full width. Okay, looking pretty good right there. That's actually looking pretty sharp. Maybe what I'll do is I'll even cut this guy out over here a little bit, kind of get a little bit tighter, bring these in a little bit more. Maybe even cut this guy out from the right a little bit to right there. I'm going to see if I can get them a little bit higher, kind of overlapping those letters even. Let's go a little bit more over here. Cut out that guy all the way on the side there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, something like that. Now, I like the way that looks. It fits the theme of the other ones, and it's sitting right over the letters. Now all we need is a backdrop, right? So first of all, we get to see what one of these backdrops looks like. We can just drag one of those backdrops in the background, position it all the way to the back, make it all the way black, and then start kind of toning in. That looks pretty hot right there. Now what I'll do once I get one that I kind of like is I will simply duplicate that slide and start messing with different backdrops. Let's just see what happens real quick with a blue backdrop. And let's duplicate again. That way I have choices I can look at. And let's scroll through and see if I have any other recent backdrops. If not, I'll just drag some in. Okay, let's just drag some in. So let's go here to, okay, by the way, here was the ones that were zoomed out, 1.2. So these are our backup options. Do you see what I'm saying? These all look pretty good as well. So we'll just choose one, upscale it. We got a backup option if we really want to. I don't think we have enough time today for me to get into it. I think we're going to use the one that we've already chosen. But we do have this backup option right here, which is actually really cool, and I don't mind that one at all. I kind of like it a lot. But let's go up and let's look for these backgrounds. Let's try one of these crazy backgrounds right here. I don't know. We'll try, let's say, number 3, just to kind of show you really quick. That's that bottom left one. The upscales work pretty fast, by the way. The upscales end up going really fast. Let's save this. Okay, we just saved it, and now let's upload it. And let's drag that in there and position it to the back. Oh, I got too many backgrounds going on now. But that's actually kind of cool, huh? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to duplicate that. It was an accident. I put in 2 backgrounds. I forgot to delete the other one, but I kind of liked it, so what can you do? Okay. Now, AI Marketing Academy, right? Now, this one is really, 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 I like it, but I can't really read the AI marketing. So one thing that I could try doing is I could try changing the black background. We could try changing it to the black shadows to white, maybe. No, that didn't really help. We could try getting rid of this effect completely and just doing like an outline. You know, you can kind of mess with it, you know. So the only thing that I don't like was, that's the only thing I don't like, is how the red doesn't really pop off the red, but I really do like that background. But maybe what I could do is at least do that for now. And so at least we have one. All right, AI Marketing Academy. And then we're going to go here to download. And I'm going to go to PNG. And I'm going to go to uncheck. I'm just going to check current page. Done. Download. And now it's going to download it over to my computer. And we're going to call this AI Marketing Thumbnail Facebook. And so now this, if you kind of look at like all the different Facebook posts and stuff that I do inside of the Facebook group, you guys will kind of notice that that's a lot of, like, that's been the recurring style, right? You'll notice that that's the recurring style. So let's see. Yeah, so if you kind of look down here, like look at the style here, right? These are all the recurring style. Do you see what I'm saying? They're all kind of that style. And so then all I would do is I would just go in here, photo, boom, AI Marketing Academy. And so what I'm going to do is just do a quick post so everybody has it. We just wrapped up session 1 of the AI Marketing Academy. Today's focus was on Midjourney, and it was a ton of fun. If you attended the session live, leave your feedback below to let me know how excited you are about this week. All right, now here's my assignment for you guys, okay? I want you guys to go to this post in the Facebook group. It may have a different description depending on if you're watching the replay or not. It may have a different description, right? But I want you to go to that post right here. I'm going to post it in the comments for the live viewers. I want you to go to that post as your homework, and I want you to leave a description. I don't know anybody teaching you like this kind of stuff every single day, non-stop. So I don't know anybody doing that. So listen, I want to wrap up session 1 of the AI Marketing Academy. Today's focus was Midjourney, but we're going to be focusing on different tools this entire week. Let me ask you a question before we go. Was that worth $1? $20 a month gets you at least 20 episodes, right? A new academy every single week. Each academy is $5. Each session is $1. Was today's Midjourney session worth at least $1? Walking you through the things that I do, the things that I use, how I do them, exactly kind of what I do and how I use them for marketing, even going as far as showing you how to pull them into other programs, whether it's CapCut or Canva, how to be able to create social media content, how to be able to get better images, how to create mass images. Did you guys enjoy this session? Was it worth at least $1? If so, jump in the Facebook group. Let me know. I always read all of your comments. And it has been my pleasure sharing with you today as part of the AI Academy. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I got a jam. Thanks for joining live. If you guys are watching on demand, this is going to be a powerful week. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody.
Took a trip through the metaverse and now I feel like low-key. Low-key, I've been chilling, getting bags like they groceries. I'm about to super smash on this crypto like I'm Yoshi. My wallet balance tripled, now I'm feeling like Satoshi. My wallet balance tripled, man, you know that I got no sleep. I reinvest in Turo, so you know I got my own fleet. These haters getting worried, they starting to look ghostly. Cause we was buying everything and now it keeps on growing. Bitcoin going up on a Tuesday. It's looking like the blockchain's moving. I'm trying to double up But my news feed keeps telling me my crypto keeps losing. Hold up with my partners, talking crypto with the broskies. I'm careful with my altcoins, I pick them like an OG. When haters talking loud noise, I block them like a goalie. They used to talk about bubbles, starting trouble like they know me. But they don't know about Hodl gang, rolling with the homies. They don't know about blockchain and now they're getting nosy. We about to blow, everything is looking doji. As crypto keeps growing, y'all be thankful you was holding. I'm focused on my crypto.
I'm out here buying dips, bro.
I'm trying to keep it simple.
These haters wanna trip, though.
Stay focused on your crypto.
Like walking on your tiptoes.
Avoiding all these rug pulls.
I'm out here chasing gold.
I'm focused on my crypto.
I'm out here buying dips, bro.
I'm trying to keep it simple.
These haters wanna trip, though.
Stay focused on your crypto.
Like walking on your tiptoes.
Avoiding all these rug pulls.
I'm out here chasing gold. Money on my mind, I'm trying to buy some crypto. Invest a little more, so I can make more. Calculating numbers, that's a skill that I know. Take a little risk, you gon' reap what you sow. You can't get benefits if you don't play the game, no. But you can make a lot if you buy low and hold. Hodl gangsters, that's the movement for sure. I paint a picture so that you can see gold. They never seen no one like this do it before. Some diamond had hold for about 10 years long. About the time it takes to raise a child. And how it makes a difference if we talk financials. I'm about to online shop, Amazon and Google. You should upset crypto, but wait, I can still buy with crypto. If I use this loophole, stupid pay can conquer it all. All you gotta do is invest in you, that's all. First you gotta take baby steps, then you'll ball. You can't be afraid to stick to the plan or else you'll fall. How do you plan to make it happen? Please don't say you don't know. Yeah, my partner laughing to the bank and yeah, that's for sure.
I'm focused on my crypto.
I'm out here buying dips, bro.
I'm trying to keep it simple.
These haters wanna trip, though.
Stay focused on your crypto.
Like walking on your tiptoes.
Avoiding all these rug pulls.
I'm out here chasing gold.
I'm focused on my crypto.